Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Grandmaster Shaymin and today we are going to be playing a brand new game, relatively brand new, I believe it came out last week, called Zero Fox Hime, which is going to be a visual novel, and I'm pretty excited. It looks like it's going to be a really cute game, plus I heard their ears and tails move. It sold me immediately. Like, I mean, how could it not? So I think I'm gonna move these down a little bit. I want to hear the character's voices hella much though. Okay. Hella much. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to get right on into it. Make sure you click that thumbs up button down below for me because you know that your support is greatly appreciated. And if you have any suggestions on brand new Steam games that you guys want to see gameplay of before you decide to buy it, or if it's a free game that you want to see me play, maybe perhaps a horror game like Doki Doki, for example, by all means, let me know in the comment section so that way I can get right on that and add it to my list of games to play, which is growing exponentially as of late. It started off with 6 when I started Doki Doki just about a week ago, and now it's all the way up to 15. Of course, I did play Sakura Sadist the other day, so let's just go in and start a new game. Did that say 1/1/2001? I thought it would, like, at least take my actual date and time. I like how my mouse is orange. And it's not the same. I gotta say, this is really cute off the bat. I know the main character is male, but I'm gonna probably, make something up. We'll see. Oh man, it's got actual sounds. How cool is that? The chirping of the birds in the woods grew louder as the sun climbed up. I can hear birds leaping merrily on the roof. It's the nature's way of telling me that a new day has begun. It seems that all that haunts me when the night falls would vanish with the rising of the sun. But whether I sleep well at night, I have to get up and get to work every morning. I heard rustling noises last night. It was like some beast passing through the bushwood. I even saw creepy shadows on my window occasionally, so I was on alert the whole time. I didn't even know when I fell asleep. Really? You didn't even know when you fell asleep? You know, it's funny. A lot of people seem to have this thing where they, like, fall asleep and they don't realize it, but, like, I've literally never had that happen. I always have to make a conscious decision to go to sleep. And even then, I usually don't end up falling asleep for a long time. So I've never just been, like, sitting watching a show and then I wake up in the morning like, holy shit. I've never had that happen. Whoa. That's a lot of books. Yawn. Oh, we didn't even get to choose our character's name. How interesting is that? This is a nice little cabin. It's quite quaint. Only death and work one can never escape from. I rubbed my eyes and complained to wake myself up. In the meantime, I started to pack my things for work. Is that how you wake yourself up in the morning? You complain? To nothing? To no one? You're just like, fuck this world. I need to wake up. I'm gonna talk about how shitty everything is. Then, I saw the zoological illustrated book on my desk. It was a leaving present given by my mentor, a well-known naturalist. But it got wet yesterday, so it is of no avail now. That's a weird way to phrase that. But how'd it get wet? Oh, no. After packing up my stuff, I opened the door. Then, the blinding sunlight dazzled my eyes. Another sunny day it is today. Since it's such a fine day, why not dry the book in the sun? It'd be as good as new soon, or maybe with water stains. Alas, things often don't go as we wish. I walked into the woods while complaining what happened to me recently. In fact, I don't have to be here. I don't have to walk miles every day just to draw pictures of plants which resemble each other and write down their features using obscure terms. You're right. You don't have to do that. So I don't really like this main character. I definitely like Azusa from Sakura Sadist a lot more. She was a lot cuter and more fun than this guy who literally talks about himself complaining all the time. Jeez, come on, dude. But when our mentor asked who were willing to go for who were willing to go for a field assignment in this observation station in the woods to replace the former observer, our senior who was about to graduate, I said I was willing to go without a second thought. Our mentor described the task as a glorious one with prestige. All I could hear was 35 yuan each month. I was quite a fortunate and poor student, enough for me to live high. Live high? Is that the goal? This dude wants to live high. I see. Okay, Jan. Jeez. I don't like this guy. I don't want the two girls to go with this guy. Jesus. Men die in pursuit of money. That is so true. I mean, I guess I can hear you on that part. I do have the money to live high now. Why? Like, all you have to do, like, I'm sure there's a bunch of plants in this nature reserve that you could probably get high off of instead of buying it. God, man. I like how he's spending all his money to live high. Jesus. But what accompany me are birds flying in the woods. My current work area is where the former observer left blank on the map. Ever since I was here, I kept on working in this area and added details to it. Okay. There's so little. Oh, it's getting darker. There's so little I know and so much left to be found. The music stopped. Why is the music stopping? We had spent thousands of years trying to figure out the shape of our planet, to explore the junction of the land and sea. And now, how many years will it take to understand landforms of every land and all the species on it? That is a good question. We know actually quite a bit about the species who live on Earth, but we know more about the planets in the solar system than we do about our own oceans. So, you know, or at least that's what they tell us. I shall go back early today. Why? I closed my sketchbook. When I checked my pocket watch, I realized suddenly that I had been here for 6 days. Why would you realize that on your pocket watch? Does your pocket watch have the date on it? I feel like most pocket watches don't have the date on it. You just like gaze down at your pocket watch and you're like, holy shit, it's been 6 days. What? That just seems so odd to me. Okay. And tomorrow, I will have to send the job log to my mentor. There's a manuscript left for me to deal with. I was about to stand up, then I saw a few seeds around. Bad luck for them, because I was going to study them as samples. Those poor seeds. I like how it's bad luck. It's bad luck for you to have found seeds on the ground for them. Okay. What? My handkerchief. I was trying to pull out my handkerchief from my pocket to wrap these seeds, but there's nothing in my pocket. Right, I forgot. So I have to tear off a piece of paper from my notebook. Okay, so it's not there, I get that. But you're gonna tell us why your book's wet or why you lost your handkerchief or anything? The fuck, man? I gotta admit though, the sound, having the sounds of the river and stuff, and the chirping of the birds and opening the door, is a really nice touch to a visual novel to give it a little bit more subtle realness. Though, obviously, I mean the painting is gorgeous, but it's obviously a painting. I followed the marks I left when I entered the woods to the station, and the sun has fallen. I didn't go back to the cabin immediately. Instead, I went to the river near the cabin to check the creels I just set up. If you fix the creels in a row with their mouths against the current, the fish won't be able to escape once they swim into the creels. My predecessor taught me this trick. These fish are the best food you can get in the mountain, and that's what he said. And he also said that it was his predecessor who told him that. Okay. The station was built here probably because of this river. No fish these days? That's weird. There's not a single fish in the creels. And what's worse is that one of the creels was damaged. I have to retrieve this creel which failed its job. It looks like some animal gnawed on it. Could it really be that something's watching me? My predecessor didn't mention anything about the beast in the mountain when he had handed over the job to me. Since I have no clue about what broke my creel, I have no choice but to bring it back to the cabin now. Okay. Ahem. Before I went in, I raised my voice and coughed on purpose. It was not because I didn't feel good at my throat, but because I wanted to embolden myself, and also to scare some beast which may hide in my cabin. Dude, this guy is paranoid as fuck. There's something out there. It's trying to eat me. It might be in my cabin. But everything is exactly the same as I left them in the morning. It didn't look like someone or something has broken in, so I felt relaxed and put my bag on the creel down. I have to eat vegetables today. I took out the wild vegetables I picked on my way back and put them together with the potatoes I stocked in the cabin. Then I made myself dinner. When I finished my dinner, night fell. I lit up the kerosene lamp, and it illuminated the desk. For me, this was the only light at night in this forest. I mean, that makes sense. Oh my god, why are you zooming up on the window? Fuck. I think Doki Doki's got me all freaked out about random visual novels having random things going down. I feel like there's gonna be some stupid jump scare on this fucking window or something. In this light, I took the manuscript out of the bag, put it on the desk, and started to write the work log. Distribution of plants, species of animals. Every life I saw today was recorded on papers, together with air pressure, temperature, humidity, and height. All these lives and lifeless figures comprise my work today. That's super cool. Why is there so much about his goddamn job? Again? While I was recording, I heard something in the darkness. I stopped and listened. It sounds like something scratching the floor. Okay, pulled back. I would admit, that would be kind of creepy. I'd be like, oh god, there's something out there. I rose softly and walked to the window. I was afraid to make any noise which may alarm what's outside there. But I didn't see anything abnormal outside. I checked the window and the door, and I'm sure they're all closed. Nothing would happen as long as there's no large animals breaking in. Could it be some animal attracted by the light? Oh my god, I hate when it does that. I sat at the desk again and went on with my work. It's already dawn? I slowly opened my eyes and didn't see anything weird. So all the strange sounds I heard last night were just false alarms? but it did cause me much trouble. I could barely fall asleep. It's time to get up. Today I have to send the log to my mentor. My experience tells me that it will cost me over 5 hours to get there. I mean, time is money, so fair enough. Which means I have to depart now, or else I won't be able to get back before nightfall. God, man, it sucks not having a car, doesn't it? I'm with you. Feel your pain. From White Emperor Town in rosy clouds, I leave at morn. Down for Jiangling, 1,000 miles away, I reach in a day. Okay. Living on the mountain for a week, I almost became a savage. Did you? It's been a week. It's not even that much. But now I can finally go to the town and see people. I can't help waving the stick which I used as alpenstock and start to hum a song. Birds in the trees heard me singing, so they joined me like they were duetting with me. What are you, fucking Snow White now or something? Or not Snow White, Cinderella? Just Snow White also? Nah, whatever. Bearing the solitude, coldness during the night, and unknown beasts, the mountain is livable. There are leafy trees, vigorous birds, clumsy squirrels. It would be perfect if I had a junior girl accompanying me. A junior! So you're into the young ones, eh? After 2 hours of walking in the mountain, I finally reached the foot. At the foot, there was a road leading to the town. Oh, he's got to walk the whole way there, and it takes him hours. Damn, that's some dedication. The road was originally built for purpose of postal transportation. My work log will also be delivered through this road to the post station and then to the capital thousands of miles away. But due to the poor road condition, apart from the postal car, only carriages which cut corners would occasionally go this way. I would have to walk along the road for 3 hours if I couldn't hitch a ride. The sun had already risen high. The trees on the roadside are not so dense as in the mountain, so I'm extremely parched and I can't feel my legs. There. I shall have some rest. What? That's such a weird way of putting it. This guy has such a weird, I don't know, like, vocabulary. Just the way that he talks is a little bit peculiar. I found a shade. Interesting. I'm gonna correct that. I found some shade. Then I put down my bag and sat down, taking long swings from my water bottle. Why the hell is there no car? Eh? I just started to complain when I heard a carriage coming. A carriage? Oh, so this must be a while ago. Hey, hey! I lunged to my feet, waved my hands, and shouted, hoping someone in the carriage would notice me. What a lucky day today! Bang! Suddenly, the carriage jolted and tilted. Oh, shit! Something black rolled towards me. What is this? I like the sound effects. It really adds to the thing. The thing rolled to my feet like a drunken man. A tire? The carriage stopped. Several men got off it and checked. I believe this is your tire. I rolled the tire towards them. Yo! Wait, hold on. Wait, so is this back in the day? Wait, that's a wood tire, so it's gotta be a carriage, right? So what time period is this even taking place in? Like, I know fantasy worlds can have a whole bunch of shit going on, but like, yo, that's our tire. Yo, what up, my home dog, man? Ooh, a man who seemed to be the driver relieved me of the tire. The decent man. I suppose there's an indecent man then? What are you doing here, man? Heading somewhere? A decent man who looked like a scholar stood up too. Apparently he is the decision maker for that carriage. Yes, I'm heading into town, but I wanted to ask them if they could give me a ride, but I didn't since their carriage was broken. Don't worry. It won't take long before we fix it. You can wait for us to take you to town if you don't mind. Well, thank you so much. Not at all. My name is Wong. And you are? So I guess this is probably like... Call E Yan. Who's E? And why are you calling E Yan? Ah, okay. So I'm assuming this is like China, probably. Based on the names, or at least somewhere in that vicinity. The question is what time period they're in, because that dude just said, yo. Jan, why are you alone in the wild? I'm a student researching natural science. I was sent here a week ago in replacement of my predecessor in the observation station. Now I'm going to send my work log to my mentor. Ah, I see. How marvelous of you to do natural science research at such a young age. Well, I'm flattered. I simply happened to select this major. I wanted to study natural science when I was young, but I failed to do so due to my dumpishness. There's no need to bring yourself down like that, bro. By the way, who is your mentor? It's Professor Lee. Oh, you're a student of... Okay, so Lee is probably a common name in China. I feel like it's extremely common. Oh, you're a student of Professor Lee. I like how O is lowercased. Oh! How embarrassed I am for not recognizing his talented student. What talented student? I'm just a normal student. There should be a question mark right here, bro. You are too modest. I will treat you well since you are Professor Lee's student. You don't have to bother. I'm just sending a log. I do. My father and Professor Lee used to be friends. You must be interested in Professor's recent life. Well... My lord, the carriage is fixed. We can go now. You sure you don't want to say, yo, homie, carriage is done. The driver interrupted our conversation when I didn't know how to reject Mr. Wong's enthusiasm. Okay, Jan, let's go now. I'm afraid you have to make do with the carriage. Why? Well, there's not enough room in the carriage. So do you mind sitting next to the driver? Of course not, of course not. I'm more than grateful you would give me a ride at all. I gotta admit though, the sound effects are really good. Accompanied with the hooves and breeze, my frustration and exhaustion gradually vanished. Alas. Yo, alas. I said we shouldn't have gone along this road. I said something bad would happen to us. I was uncomfortable since the carriage bounced. Then I heard the driver's murmur. Oh, wait, are you talking to me? What? No. I was talking to myself, yo. Alright. That was completely unnecessary. Yeah, definitely China. You can tell by the signs. Thank you so much. Just drop me off here. Yo, here? When we entered the town, I was going to walk to the post station, so I told the driver to drop me, but he looks indecisive. What's wrong? But we just entered the town. Are you going to the post station? We can take you there, yo. When I was wondering about the driver's response, Mr. Wong popped his head out, so the driver only listens to him. Why bother? It's troublesome. It is not. We are going there too. Right, Joy? Right? Join me for lunch at my place, just as we agreed. You can tell my father about Professor Lee. I don't think so. I have to get back early. Don't worry. Our driver would have to deliver goods in the afternoon. I'll have him take you home, alright? Well, alright. I'm sorry to bother you. What the fuck is going on? Why? This seems so weird. Okay. I was already about to say yes when he asked me to join him for lunch, because I haven't eaten any decent food for a week. Why not? I mean, you should still occasionally catch fish and stuff, right? I mean, grant you can't have like freaking rice and pizza, but which are great combination right there. Because I haven't eaten any decent food in a week, so when he said he'll have the driver to send me back to the mountain, I couldn't find any reason to say no. I mean, free food, it's hard to decline that anyway. After lunch, Mr. Wong's father kept asking me about my research in the mountain. Since I haven't had any achievement yet, he's so excited, so I have no choice but to tell him about my discoveries, the discoveries of my predecessors. After all, I don't want him to think that I'm simply here for food. Due to Mr. Wong's hospitality, until the I got to go back until the dusk fall. I mean, I feel like this isn't like it's normal language, which is fair. Um, but that makes no fucking sense. Yo, I heard you live in the mountains alone. The driver asked me. That's the whole point of the whole coachman thing up in the top corner. Yeah, I have to live there for a year. I think I'll become a savage then. Yo, well, you gotta be careful. There's something sinister there. Don't go too deep in the woods. Something sinister? What? Fox spirits, yo. The driver said seriously. I almost laughed. Fox spirits? Like, freaking Naruto? Wait, hold on. No, wait, I mean, it's a demon, I think, right? You're kidding, right? This is some folktale. Any proof? Like, of course there's proof, yo. Senior Mr. Wong. That's unnecessary amount of titles, yo. You met today was a famous scholar, but not long after he gained fame, he quitted his job and came to live in the small town. He had a big house in the capital city, yo. And he never married. He never married? Doesn't he have a son? Yo, Lord Wong Jing is adopted. He, he works in the capital city. He's busy, but he often visits his father. This is so awkward. This whole phrasing and everything is just so awkward. Well, I don't see how it has anything to do with fox spirits. Me neither. Yo, I heard that when he was young, he went to the mountains too. Then he was bewitched by a fox spirit and lost his soul. So that's how he became who he is today. What? Wait, but he's okay, right? He's still alive. Is something wrong with him? Yo, you gotta be careful not to go too deep. Fox spirits like to bewitch humans in the deep woods. It's said that fox spirits would offer a man fortune and take his soul in exchange. That's how fox spirits feed themselves. But I don't think Mr. Wong looks like a man who has no soul. He looks hale and hearty, and he kept asking me questions. Yo, he was faking it. When no one visits him, he would stare at the ceiling without saying anything the whole day. It's kinda creepy. Well, maybe he's simply missing someone. You scholars, you always so opinionated. But, like, you haven't been opinionated about this whole thing? You just assume that it's the fox spirit's fault. Let me tell you, it's better to believe it. Is it? Eh? I didn't mean to refute you. Logic relations of such folk tales is always integrated with all sorts of addenda to it, so it's almost impossible to refute it with science. Yo, I'm warning you out of kindness. Okay, I'll be careful. Rather than argue with him, I simply accepted his kindness. Anyhow, I don't mind there's another danger in the woods I have to worry about. Please drop me here. Okay, son. Do be careful. I know, you be careful too, thanks. After saying goodbye to the driver, I'm all alone again. It's almost dusk. Birds are tired too. They are all silent now. Speaking of fox spirits, it suddenly struck me that there are indeed foxes in the mountain. But they're small and don't move around like wolves, so they represented little threat to humans. Maybe there is a fox in my cabin. Foxes like to come out at night. They have good night vision. If only I had found this, I should have kept a dog in the observation station so it could guard me at night. Dogs and foxes are both canids, so they are unlikely to attack each other after the minute they meet. Unfortunately, dogs which are strong enough to fight foxes eat more than me. I can't afford a dog. Fair enough. That's fair. I walked along a familiar road and finally saw the outline of my cabin. Wait, something's wrong. The door seems to be open. Open? I'm the only one who lives on the mountain. So it must be. I'm afraid at the thought, yet I picked up my pace. Oh God. Yo, I would be like, I can't do it. I can't do it. There's someone in the cabin. You walk in there and there's a fucking bear staring you dead in the face. Well, when I reached the clearing where I prepare my meals at the front door, I noticed the skillet on the firewoods. It must be a large animal if it can open a door. I thought and held up the skillet. Whatever it was, say hello to my skillet. I crept up to the window and looked inside, but I didn't see an animal in it. It's silent inside. Nothing's in here. The only movement I hear is a cricket outside the cabin. My quilt lay on the bed. The books remain on the shelves the same. Even commentary on the waterways classic, half in and half out on the shelf, the same way I left it. I look around. It's a small room. I don't think any animal's hiding in here. So I let my guard down and put away the book. But what the hell happened? The door is wide open. It can't be the wind. Besides, I don't see any damage to the bolt. I have no clue. I checked and nothing's in the cabin's missing. At last, my eyes rest upon the desk, on which lay the illustrated book, and there were some red wild fruit beside it. Wait, this book? Did I put it on the clothesline outside in the cabin yesterday? You did, and it's sitting on the desk. I thought for a minute and realized that when I was out there, I did see nothing on the clothesline. Someone collected it for me? There exist fairies on this mountain? It's automatically fairies. It has to be fairies. And these wild fruit. I picked up one and contemplated it. It's a raspberry, an edible wild fruit. I put the raspberry aside and touched the book. It's already dry. I have to find a reasonable explanation. It must be a passing villager who collected the book for me and gave me these raspberries. So my predecessor was wrong about this mountain. We're not the only ones here. Whoever did this, he or she meant no harm. I put the skillet back and started to deal with the stuff I brought from town and the materials my mentor sent me. After I'm done, dusk falls. Dim sunlight flows on the mountain and the woods, gliding everything in it. Compared to my life at school, living here makes me more like a hermit or a primitive. Whatever, there's no use complaining. Dinner time. That would be kind of creepy as fuck, though. I gotta admit. Doors wide open, books there, got some raspberries. I'd be like, I'm not sure whether you're trying to be nice or whether you're trying to scare the shit out of me, because both are working. I ate some solid food, thinking of the broken creel. I can't help but feeling upset, because I have to fix it later. I can't keep eating solid food. Why not? Most food you eat is solid, right? What, do you turn it up in a blender or something? Well, it's broken here and there. I picked up the broken creel and checked the damage. Then I estimated how many ratons I needed to fix it. From the corner of my eyes, I saw something flickering outside the window. But when I looked intently, I saw nothing but the flickering trees. It's kind of creepy. Why wouldn't our mentor send two students for this? It's really scary to live here alone. Yeah. I mean, whew. That does sound pretty fucking intense. I watched outside the window from the corner of my eyes while I'm contemplating about my mentor. Living in the middle of nowhere, no wonder there's so many subsidies. Suddenly, oh God! A shadow rose outside the window. I was just going to watch closely. It descended. What the hell? pointy shadow. Looks like ears. It's a small figure. I think maybe some small animal. I went over in my mind all the common medium to small size animals in the mountain. None of them are aggressive. While I was thinking, I saw the shadow rise again. Is it rising outside? It hasn't left. Maybe it's a curious animal. I think I can handle it, but if I ignore it, it might be dangerous someday. After all, there are cooking tools out there. It would be big trouble if they were broken by animals. Then I made up my mind. I reckon there would be a blind spot behind the bookshelf if looking from the window. I believe I put it there. I stood and walked towards the shelf, pretending I was looking for something. I did put it here. I mean, you are looking for something. There's no need to pretend. I kept attracting its attention through talking. At the same time, I took a detour to the back door behind the shelf. That's impressive. It's cold at night in the woods. I shivered the minute I got out. Then I realized the creel was still in my hand. All right, it's my weapon then. Let me take it by surprise. Ah! Oh, it's a cute chick with fox ears. She's so cute. Look at her. Man, you were gonna hit that with a fucking creel? Dick. God. It's a young girl sat on the ground at my window. I never thought the shadow which was watching me as a human. So I froze, my hand up in the air holding the creel. She's wearing strange clothes and an ear-looking hair accessory and a tail? Who are you? What are you doing here? Where are you from? I seemed to have scared her. She looked so terrified and said nothing. Where is your home? So I softened my tone and I held up the creel. What the fuck, dude? If you saw a cute chick like this staring at your window like that, I would put the creel down immediately and be like, oh my god, you're so cute. And I'd probably try and be soft and nice and not be like, who are you? Where are you from? Why are you here? Tell me. Dude, this guy's a dick. She still didn't answer me, but her expression changed a bit. Are you lost? Did your parents know you ran away from home? My soft words seemed to ease her mind, but she became nervous. Whatever that was. She's finally talking, but what came out of her mouth was inarticulate syllables. Well, what were you saying? She seems to notice something, so she reached into her pocket, which alerted me. I hurried and stepped back, held tight the creel. Stop! What are you trying to do? She pulled out something black and handed it to me. I couldn't tell what it... Oh, it's gotta be his handkerchief, right? I couldn't tell what it is in the faint moonlight, so I have to be alert in case it may pose any danger. Her hand froze in the air. What is it? The thing in her hand was very thin. It looks like some dark fabric. Why did she give it to me? What is she up to? I'm doubtful about this thing and the girl. Yours. The girl finally uttered a word. Mine? Mm-hmm. How could it be mine? Interesting. It's completely voiced. The girls are completely voiced? Is that what it is? You gave it to me. I don't know what she's talking about at all. I've never met her. How could I give her anything? I don't even know you. Thank you. Now, I'll return it. Thank me? Did she mistaken me? I'm confused. Then she stretched her hand over again. In the hand, there was a neatly folded handkerchief with a dark checkered pattern. This handkerchief does look like the one I used to take with me. I stretched out my hand for it. There's a blood stain on it. I think it's mine. I tried to clean it, the girl said, looking embarrassed, but I failed. Oh, it's okay. Sorry. Why did you have my handkerchief? You gave it to me. She repeated the same answer. I never gave it to you. Let me think. I remember I bandaged an injured fox. That's me. Obviously, dude. Come on, she's got the ears and the tails. You? I looked at her twinkling eyes. I began to recall what happened a few days ago. I was recording a geomorphic feature near a waterfall when I saw a fox falling into the torrent. I saved the fox out of respect for life. The fox was drenched. One of its legs was abraded by rocks and was bleeding. So I wiped its fur with my handkerchief and wrung it up and bandaged the fox's leg with it. After that, I released the fox. It limped away, looked back at me every now and then. You don't remember? Her voice brought me back to real life. I do. My illustrated book fell in the water when I tried to save it. I'm sorry. I saw the book on... Achoo! I can't help sneezed due to the wind at night. I scared her. The girl who claimed to be the fox is mysterious, although it is said that fox spirits do exist, but the nurture of science in these years doesn't allow me to believe this nonsense. What? Are you sure, like, it's not nature or something? God, she's such a cutie, though. My goodness. Red eyes, though. I feel like if you're a fox, you wouldn't have red eyes. Foxes usually have red eyes. Maybe she has difficulties, so she can't tell me the truth, but at least I'm sure that she is of no threat. Come inside. I have a lot of questions to ask her. They really do move. Her ears really do move. Oh my god. It's amazing. Alright. Well, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you all for watching this episode of Fox Hime Zero. We're going to get right on into the second episode here in a couple days, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Click that like button down below if you haven't already, and click that subscribe button for future content, and we will see you next time.